I'd like to share with you today how I've gone from heartbroken to optimistic and inspired in just a short week after the election that we had. I'm sure, I know I'm speaking to many of you, and perhaps at least half the country who has felt that heart sorrow. I personally, I cried a bucket full of tears and went from room to room in my house wailing about it all. But I want to say I've gone through that, and I'm actually quite optimistic at this point and inspired, as I said. And part of it is just a recognition that, how much could have been done anyway? The issues that we have are huge, and the issues that we talk about in our community, at least. We're terrified about the burning up of the earth. Our children are terrified about that. And we are terrified about the loss of democracy because we've seen what has been happening with that. We're tremendously concerned about the propaganda and the lack of truth and trustworthiness in our media and our social media. And we're very concerned about the moving backwards on human rights, on humanity. So those are things that we could have put our finger in the dike, as they say. We could have and could have at least stopped what may happen over the mayhem that might happen over the next 4 years. But those are huge issues and much bigger than the politics as we have arrived at now in the 21st century can right now deal with. But we can deal with it. And this is why I'm optimistic and inspired. They can't deal with it because it's been a setup. That truth in media, the billionaires buying our democracy out from under us. Those are things that are in law and that we allowed to take place. The elimination of the fairness doctrine, the allowance in social media to really spread propaganda and what we call conspiracy theories now. None of us really want those, but the people for whom they work are people who have great power. And they're people who might contribute to either one of the campaigns. So a lot of those things are very difficult to address. You can't even talk about, there's hardly any talk about this imbalance of power. Some, but not a huge amount. So what we need, yes, we need to do political things, very important. And I want to encourage you and applaud you. And my heart goes out to you, whoever you are and whatever you're doing, to make the world a better place. And I think that people are doing that almost 100%. I think people are doing that. Everybody's doing that. And we get divided a lot because of how easy it is to manipulate media that has propaganda elements within it. How easy it is to manipulate by powerful forces, by billionaire or trillionaire forces, as it may be. Why I'm optimistic? I'm optimistic because I came up with a solution as I was writing my last book. You can see the book over there. It's the 3 Domains of Freedom, and I came up with a solution at the end of the book that was really quite exciting for me. Part of the solution is learning to really live in the freedom that we have. We can claim the freedom of every moment. The subtitle of the book of the 3 Domains of Freedom is Each Moment is Yours. We can claim that. And I give methodology as to how to do that. And the second one is something I built my career in financial services on, which is your life is yours, meaning you should be living a life that the vision of it lights up the night sky. It's so brilliant and so exciting. We can make that happen. And I've shared in the financial community how to make that happen through a movement called life planning. Well, the third domain of freedom is called civilization is yours. And this is the one we're wrestling with. And after, what happened a week ago, we're going, I don't think so. I don't know. How can it be? How did this happen? And the postmortem is at times vicious if you look at what people are saying. And I think there's elements to all of that that's right. But I think the main thing is it's very easy to polarize us, the way the powerful forces have set up the media and their ability to buy the elections with billions of dollars. So, but there is a way, and the way has to do with something that I've created a little bit of a name for myself in the financial industry around, and that the name of it is fiduciary. And that is that there is no reason why our corporations or our governments or our nonprofits should not be fiduciary, which means trustworthy, which means caring for, should not place the interests of the truth, democracy, the planet, and humanity ahead of their own self-interest. There's absolutely no reason why we should have a system that allows that. And it's easy to fix it with one sentence in a piece of legislation that I'm promoting. So I'm optimistic right now. I'm designing a workshop. I'm getting busy. I'm designing a workshop for everybody. I'm designing a workshop to take into corporations, which I think are troubled mostly because they don't have a fiduciary relationship to the truth or to you or to democracy or to the planet. Their sole fiduciary obligation, as current law interprets it, is to their shareholders. So why should they think about anything other than money to make things work? That can be changed. It can be changed almost overnight. But the best way to do it right now is to build a grassroots movement where more and more people are aware of this, and more people within corporations, nonprofits, governments are aware of it as well. And who wouldn't see it as something wonderful for civilization and for humanity? And the only people I can think of are the people who have that power over the media and or have the billions or trillions of dollars and don't want any threats to it in any way to their power. So I think we can do it, and I'm going at it, and I welcome your participation. And watch this space, stay in touch, read the book, join with others. And whatever you do, even if you're not coming in that way, even if you're addressing the problems of the earth or the problems of democracy in the way that my heart goes out to you and my support as well. I'm with you on this. Let's make a great civilization. Civilization is who we are.